How's it going, everyone? Today I'll be using this Hulkling Justice deck to take on the She-Hulk scenario on heroic difficulty. This is my second video using a Hulkling deck. I previously used Hulkling to take down the Spider-Woman scenario on heroic difficulty. But, Spider-Woman is very easy, so Hulkling was a bit, overkill for beating Spider-Woman. But the She-Hulk scenario in Synthesoid Smackdown is, I think, quite a bit more difficult. So I wanted to bring Hulkling into this matchup instead. So I've already posted a redo against Spider-Woman using Gamora, and then now we'll be using Hulkling against She-Hulk. This is, of course, part of my challenge of trying to beat every scenario in the game on Heroic using a different hero. So if I'm using up Hulkling in one scenario, I've got to use someone else for the other scenario, so that's what I did with Gamora. And today's going to be a bit of a weird one, I'm going to be honest here. My goal for today is to stay in imitation shape, not necessarily the whole game, but at least every time that She-Hulk would activate against us. Hopefully it's going to be a scheme. And this is because she has a large attack stat of 3, but her scheme is only 1. So if she's only scheming at us all game, hopefully that makes it pretty hard to lose on the main scheme. So this is kind of a funky way you can play Hulkling, right? Because the imitation shape form says that when an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. So even when we're in hero form, She-Hulk's attack is going to get turned into a scheme. This lets us play around the superhuman strengths that give her attacks overkill. So it's just going to be a very unique style of play here. So I'm actually playing no allies in the deck, except for Wiccan, the identity-specific ally. So yeah, just a completely different game than I've usually played. I don't think this is necessarily like a better way to play, like a higher win rate way to play, but it's something I'm interested to try. It's something that, was very apparent when when Hulkling was released and you see this imitation shape card. It's like, oh, you can make it so that the villain schemes every time that it activates against you. So we'll see if that's good. We'll see if we can pull it off. Maybe a bit more of an achievement victory here than try hard, put the best deck forward, the best deck possible forward. And so I'm not even sure it's right to play obviously we don't need the allies for blocking in this scenario since She-Hulk will never attack. But maybe it's still right to play 1 or 2 allies here just because they're good flexible cards. But we'll see if I can get this kind of fun achievement of winning with no allies in the deck. So then what the rest of the deck is trying to do is make it as hard as possible to lose on the main scheme. So I've actually got 3 under surveillance. This is just such an important card. Like, even if we thwart either villain stage, either main scheme stage down to 0, it can easily pop in one phase because every single activation is a scheme. So if we get one or 2 extra activations, or maybe 1 extra activation and another encounter card that just puts threat on the main scheme, like that can pop it pretty easily. We don't have, the nice thing about ally blocking is that you can take a huge attack and just turn it into a block. If we get a huge scheme with 3 boost icons or something, we don't have any way to block that per se. So we've got to just give ourselves a healthy margin before the scheme advances or pops on the second scheme, ending the game. Because we are in imitation shape, we've got 3 thwarts. Heroic Intuition can buff it up to 4. A pretty convenient number against the modular sets in this scenario. They all have 4 threats, just like all the other Civil War scenarios. So a pretty nice number of thwart to get to. 3 Running Interference. This is just a high thwart card, especially in the Civil War scenario where the villain starts on stage 3. So 3 ER to remove 5 threat from the main scheme. So just a pretty efficient way to, clear this main scheme that's going to have tons and tons of threat on it to be removed throughout the game. 3 Turn the Tide. One thing we are going to lack with this deck is damage. So we've got the 3 Shapeshifter Strike, so that can pull a decent amount of damage. But if we're in imitation shape all the time, we're only going to have 1 attack. So Turn the Tide is going to be pretty crucial to help deal with minions as they come out, or to help close out the game. But it's pretty easy to clear all threat from a scheme at some point on our turn because we're thwarting for so much on the main scheme. We can thwart most of the side schemes down with just 1 activation, especially if we have Heroic Intuition and we're bringing our own side schemes to clear. A couple of Overwatches, just really efficient, especially with turn Running Interference or Impersonation. 1 ER for 5 or 4 threat removes, just very good. Staple here, Skilled Investigator, Quinn Carrier. Counterintelligence, another card that gives us a little bit more margin on those main schemes. Not quite as good as Under Surveillance, but can still, especially when we go to stage 4 and She-Hulk has 2 scheme, this might save us from advancing, even when under surveillance might not. I've got 2 chance encounter to help go find Wiccan, so even though I'm not playing any other allies, Wiccan is still really strong, and so kind of make it a little partner match here with Hulkling and Wiccan, recurring Wiccan several times, because whenever we play Wiccan, we can go get Shapeshifter, which can go get a double resource, so Wiccan is pretty efficient, even if not using a hit point to block. 4 side schemes, Show of Empathy is just a staple. Superpower Training is nice to go get the physiology. Build Support can go get Quinn Carrier. And then Specialized Training is just another generic one. If we get the Thwart one, most likely, that'll draw us a handful of cards throughout the game. One way or another, might be correct to play more of these since I've got lots of ways to remove lots of threat, but just a way to help us find side schemes for the purposes of chance encounter, Overwatch value, that sort of thing. All right, so there we go. I'm very interested to see how this will go. I'm missing a lot of the benefit that allies give us, which is like granularity and how we spend our resources, and we don't want to have to spend a shape. If we spend a shapeshifter strike to like knock a tough off, like that's obviously really bad. So we lose some of that with the allies being gone, but should be a very unique play experience here. Again, not because I think it's like particularly strong to do this. I just want to see if I can. If you want to see a more just straight Hulkling game, you can go check out that Spider-Woman video where I did play just a straight strength and diversity leadership deck. But with that, let's go talk about the She-Hulk scenario. Taking a look at She-Hulk here, we've got the typical Civil War leader setup with a handful of her own cards, but then 4 of these 5-card modular sets, which really take up a good chunk of the deck here. So She-Hulk, like I mentioned in the deck breakdown, she's only got 1 scheme, so hopefully that's the activation she's doing against us all game, but 3 attack, and she'll also start the game with a superhuman strength card in play, which gives +2 attack and gives the next attack overkill. She also has this forced response. After an alter ego changes to hero form, deal 1 damage to that hero. That shouldn't matter too much to us. Like, we have a bank of 13 hit points, and like if we're never getting attacked, that damage is pretty inconsequential. The new resistance main schemes we got here: Enforce the Law, Enemy Leader gains Steady. There's a world where I could have built this deck to do more confusing as well, but with the scheme so low, it's not a huge deal, and because I knew she was going to be steady, then it really isn't really worth much. Mighty Avengers gives her +1 attack, +2 attack if the attack is undefended, and guess what? She's never attacking, so that shouldn't really matter. 2 copies of Focused Rage, +1 scheme, but then after She-Hulk schemes, discard this card. So kind of a weird one there. I guess it does give her Stalwart, but usually the effect of this is just going to be to add 1 threat on the main scheme. So a very mild card there. Superhuman Strength is definitely a rough one, +2 attack and overkill. That can hurt, so if you're playing against this with a normal deck, right, make sure you've got some tough statuses or just a healthy enough life total, because those are 5 damage attacks coming in that you can't just ally block efficiently. Her side scheme is Legal Practice. We'll see this at the start of the game. Can't be thwarted by heroes or allies, but after we change to alter ego form, we can exhaust to remove 3 threat from this scheme. 2 Ground Stomp exhausts each character we control. 1/2 Punch, 2 extra activations here matching our form, plus she'll get a tough status from those. Gamma Slam, this one is really rough. Discard the highest cost ally or support you control, place threat on the main scheme equal to that card's cost. So the discard the highest cost would be bad enough, but then probably put 3 if not 4 threat on the main scheme if you're playing like an Avengers Mansion or a 4-cost ally. In our case, it'll probably hit Quinn Carrier. I mean, Wiccan's the only ally. Quinn Carrier does cost 3, so that might get hit by it. Then we've got 4 new resistance modular sets. Maybe I won't read every single card, but we'll give the overview here. We've got Shield Ops, a couple minions that do add threat to the main scheme that we can't really prevent. Side scheme that gives the first minion revealed each round surge. Very similar one that came in the resistance modular sets too. Maybe the new Atlanteans one. Taskmaster. This is maybe a parallel to the Namor resistance modular set, because it's just one big beefy minion who's got Retaliate, Toughness, Villainous, and when revealed activates against you. Like, that's almost the exact same as Namor. And then some attachments to him there, but Yeah, Taskmaster could be really tough for this deck to beat because it's going to take a few different attacks. We don't have the allies, so hopefully we draw some Turn the Tides or a Shapeshifter Strike at the right time. But even that only does 5 damage, so we might have to spend another activation on it. So Taskmaster is not someone I'm thrilled to see. Deadly Duo, so the duo of a couple relatively small minions here, but they have a 1 revealed that might deal us some more damage or put threat on the main scheme. A pretty nasty one here, Jester's Yo-Yo. Discard the highest cost card you control. So again, just hit a 3 or 4 cost card, like worth a lot of negative resources of value there. And then Thunderbolts, this gives us 3 more Thunderbolt minions. Side scheme that where threat can't be removed while a Thunderbolt is in play, so got to be a little careful with that. Like, makes it a little awkward for us with like Turn the Tide. If we've got a Thunderbolt minion in play, we'd perhaps love to deal 3 damage to it with a Turn the Tide, but we can't thwart this until that minion is dead, so a little bit of a chicken and egg situation. But they've got someone revealed, stun us, confuse us, 2 damage to a character we control. So that's what we've got for the scenario. Like the other Civil War ones, I mean, it's not a super unique scenario. Like, so it's relatively hard to specifically tech around it. Because the biggest thing here is just the stats, right? You've got a huge attack stat, but a small scheme stat. So if you can find a way to get to alter ego form more often, or just be able to defend those attacks with allies, that's a good way to go. Okie dokie. That is our scenario. So we talked about the deck, talked about the scenario. Again, going to do the weird kind of thing of just, in my case, trying to stay in imitation shape so that every activation is a scheme, which might trivialize it a little bit. Maybe not trivialize it, but at least make it a, not necessarily representative of how She-Hulk will usually play, but it should be an interesting game nonetheless. Setting up here, we've got the legal practice She-Hulk side scheme put into play. Can't remove threat from it. Or threat can't be removed by heroes or allies. So we'll have to remove it using the alter ego response. So probably not on turn 1 unless we do some kind of impersonation shenanigans. And then we've got hopefully irrelevant superhuman strength attached to She-Hulk from her setup ability, where the enemy team finds a copy of it and attaches it to She-Hulk. Gives her +2 attack, and then the next attack gains overkill, but I think the gimmick I'm going for here is to never have She-Hulk attack. We'll take a look at the opening hand. One thing I think the most important thing to see is just like a side scheme to start working on. So we didn't get any of those. This might be looking at a full mulligan, except for maybe not Hulk, I guess, yeah, definitely not Hulk shape because that's just a double resource. Maybe not counterintelligence because it at least gives is at least something to do. Oh, what am I talking about? One way or another is probably a good keep as well. There's some schemes that don't really matter, so I'm going to stop shuffling because I might search it up anyways. There's some schemes that don't matter over a single turn cycle, so I'd be. Oh, but I can thwart it down anyways because I get the free ready. So I think we'll mulligan these 3. We did draw the impersonation, so I could maybe do even more shenanigans with the schemes. Let's go draw up our imitation shape. Yeah, because I can go search up a 4-threat side scheme, clear it with impersonation, flip, and clear legal practice. Let's go to hero form. She-Hulk's forced response. After we flip to hero form, we have to take a damage. Let's go one way or another. It's pretty lucky to get it in my opening hand there because I've only got 1 in the deck. So Taskmaster's Academy, Homeland Security, Thunderbolts. Oops, that's not a side scheme. So given that I'm clearing it right away, I probably just get the worst one, which I think is going to be the Thunderbolts. Threat can't be removed while a Thunderbolt minion is in play. So I could get in an awkward situation where I draw like this plus a Thunderbolt. I can't, and I don't have the damage to clear the Thunderbolt, so I think I just get this out. I'll draw 3 cards. Possibly should have played my Imitation Shape first so that I could draw a card when I did that. Because we can't do our hero response after Impersonation flips us to Alter Ego. Yeah, definitely should have done that. Although I'll get a turn the tide here. We should be okay. Let's attack for 1. Pay 2 for Imitation Shape. Do I even need to play this one right now? I guess yeah, we'll just have it ready for next turn. Might draw me something good to do. Oh no, no, it's not going to draw me anything. Oh, there was literally a ruling question about this. Can I turn the tide in the middle of an impersonation? Oh yeah, I can because it's... Oh yeah, it's because this is the weird thing. After your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. But it's just a response. It's not a hero response. So our hero was still the one to thwart and remove all threat from a scheme, so we can still turn the tide in Alter Ego form. 99% sure that's what the ruling ended up being. But I definitely can't draw off of Imitation Shape. So we'll pay 2 for Impersonation on the Thunderbolts. 4 threat off the scheme. Since that cleared it, we'll flip. Alter Ego response after we flip form, clear legal practice. Double turn the tide for 6 damage. Overwatch the main scheme. So I didn't set up any protection on the main scheme, and I actually didn't set up very much at all. So maybe that wasn't that great of a turn. I mean, I basically did one way or another to get a scheme, and then just spent resources to clear it. So actually well, it would have been a good turn if I had drawn more concrete stuff to do off of the one way or another. But I guess I kind of solved my own problem there. But oh well, here we are. End the turn. One threat, step 1. She-Hulk schemes for 1 plus a boost of 2. Two encounter cards. Mimicked move. If Taskmaster is in play, he attacks. Otherwise, give the enemy leader a tough status card and a face-down boost card. Shield Operator is going to put 2 threat on the main scheme, but that only brings it to 6, so it will not pop. Now, why couldn't I have a turn the tide for this hand? I do have Show of Empathy, though. Actually, Show of Empathy is pretty solid right here. But a fairly inefficient turn overall. A terrible turn overall. Unless I want to try to flip to a different form, that gives me a place to put my resources, at least. I'm looking at 3 resources going to waste, so even though playing another form isn't ideal, might be better than going to waste. Will I survive? That's the other question. Oh, I also just... No, I can't play a Show of Empathy. Oh, actually the resources don't work out to play. Okay, the 3 resources... Okay, yeah, never mind. So I literally think I don't even do the ability. I don't think it gets me anything. Yeah, shoot, terrible turn. So we'll flip, take a damage. Show of Empathy. Thwart it for 3. Put that on the shield operator, take control. Pay 2 for under surveillance on the main scheme. Yeah, shield operator, thwart it for 2. A little bit of advance risk, so even though I'd really like to save him for damage, this plays around in advance. Discard the chance encounter, end of turn. Oh, I guess she's got 2 boost cards too. So yeah, we might advance. 1 threat, step 1. She-Hulk would attack, but she'll scheme instead. For 1, plus 3, plus discard and upgrade you control. We'll just discard Overwatch. So that's 4 threat on the main scheme. Up to 9 out of 11. Glad to see Gamma Slam gone, though. 2 encounter cards. Shield Operator will pop it. All my thwarting, and I still can't stop it from popping. So leads me into a atrocious turn here if I can't running interference. Shadow the Past. Scroll Business, Super Scroll. Then shuffle in some cards that either add threat, cards that do add threat or deal damage, so those are a little scary. Okay, well, yeah, just somehow I didn't get any of my setup stuff on my first 3 turns of the game. So I don't have good resource generation right now, and that's not a good state of affairs when we get Shadow of the Past. So I just have to hope I draw something from Skilled Investigator. It's so bad. Maybe this deck just isn't really all that I thought it would be. Because, I mean, Hulkling is just so strong with the resource output. But, I mean, I didn't really do this to be strong. I did this to be funny. So pay 1 for Superpower Training. Skilled Investigator, clear superpower training, go get physiology. Do I get... Am I supposed to get Hulk shape instead? Call me crazy. I think I'm supposed to get Hulk shape instead. Yep. It's going to be in the discard pile. So we'll get Hulk shape. Ready. Draw off Skilled Investigator. Oh! Now, obviously, it was incorrect to get Hulk shape, but no, this is fine. No, actually, oh, geez, okay, that's really funny. Yeah, we're still in the window after defeating it, so we'll turn the Tide, Shield Operator, exhaust Hulk shape to deal 2 damage to Super Skrull, and then Hulkling will attack Super Skrull for a total of 5 damage. Okay. I think we started in hero form this turn. So we flip down, get the imitation shape back. And do I really just play it right now, even though I don't get to ready? I think probably, yeah. Play the imitation shape. Actually, no. I think I just can't play it. You cannot have more than one shapeshift upgrade in play. Does that mean if I play one, I have to discard one, or I just can't play it? I think I just can't play it. So in that case, I'll spend the energy on build support. And end the turn. Two threat on the main scheme from Skrull Business. She-Hulk schemes for 1 plus a boost of 3. Two encounter cards. Oh. Penance. Deal 2 damage to your leader, otherwise deal 2 damage to a character you control. Teddy will take 2. Rapid Response. Discard until we discard a minion. Since we're in alter ego form, we will put threat on the main scheme equal to that minion's scheme, which is 1. So we're at 7, and we did not lose. Okay, not losing is the first step to winning. We will use Teddy's ability. Let's get, oh, Armored Shape's the only one that's not in my hand or in play. This is a terrible hand. I mean, can I have like one event, please? Flip to hero form. Take a damage. Attack Penance for 3. because I want to end in imitation shape. So I can play. I'll give myself the chance to play something if I do draw something. No. If I play just like armored shape right now, it just lets me take out penance by myself. Then I pay 2 for imitation shape, clear it, Quinn Carrier, play under surveillance. But I do get 1 draw. If I were to draw an event, especially like a thwarting event, like a running interference, I want to have the option to play that. Can I thwart build support? Do I just need to thwart the main scheme? We can wait to clear build support until we get some like chance encounter or overwatch value. Okay, so I'll just pay a double for winged shape, ready, attack, penance. Oh, but then I'm, okay, but if I'm not clearing that, I'm not drawing a card. So I do need to just clear that. Okay, whatever. Pay 2 for imitation shape, ready. Thwart build support for 3. Quinn Carrier. Skills Investigator to draw. Nope. Well, wouldn't have been an event anyways. Under surveillance, the main scheme. Shield Operator thwarts it for 2. End the turn. All right, good hand coming up here. Let's just not die, please. 2 threat on the main scheme up to 7. Threshold is 13. No safety net, so... Oh, sorry. It should be 2 threat. Did I put 2 threat on? I think I did just put 2 threat on, right? I think I did. She-Hulk schemes for 1 plus a boost of 0. Super lucky. 2 encounter cards. Justice like lightning, each minion activates, otherwise the enemy leader activates. Do not give it a boost card. All right, well, that's only 1 threat. I can live with that. Ground Stomp, exhaust each character you control. All right, we survived. So, obviously running interference. Let's just start with that and see what or I could start with alien physiology. No, let's just start with that, see what I draw. 2 for running interference, 5 threat off the main scheme. And if it ever gets to 1 away from the threshold, I'm going to check if I remembered to put 2 on. Imitation shape, draw. Okay, Wiccan equals more thwarting. Shapeshifter, any double will do. One, two, three. Oh, okay. I was assuming Wiccan would go get Shapeshifter back, but we could maybe make a case for impersonation to clear Skrull business. Resource doesn't perfectly work out. I don't think have I had any cards discarded from the top of my deck? I don't think so. I mean, I can get impersonation, but then I don't play alien physiology, which is a pretty good one to play. I can leave that around. And we'll do a really weak Shapeshifter strike. That's so weak. Maybe I do just get impersonation. Actually, I probably get impersonation and do it on the main scheme. Well, do this for Wiccan, get impersonation. 1, 2 for impersonation here. Did I start this turn in hero form? Yes. Because last turn we had rapid response, Jester. This turn we had Justice Like Lightning, ground stomp. It's the same thing where I can't. I pay 2 for Wiccan, get impersonation. Pay these 2 for impersonation. I'm sorry, Wiccan thwarts this first, then I impersonation. If I flip down, I can't draw off Skilled Investigator, which would give me the 3rd resource I need to play Alien Physiology. There's just no relevant event to go get. But I can just flip down. I can ready myself with another shape. know what? Okay, no, I can't just skip an opportunity to play the Physiology. Pay 3 for the Physiology. Physiology pays for Wiccan. Just Wiccan doesn't do anything. Or it doesn't get me anything that good. We'll get Shapeshifter. Maybe I just tee it up for next turn. I mean, I can Shapeshifter strike super inefficiently into the tough. That's what I can do. Or I could have Wiccan attack the tough off, but I was hoping Wiccan would thwart. I need to thwart. Alright. Yeah, do I just save it for next turn? Let's just hit the tough off. Shapeshifter for a double. Double for Shapeshifter strike. Hits the tough. Ready this. Draw a card. Overwatch? Nope. Wiccan thwarts for 2 on the main scheme. Sure, I'll keep Heroic Intuition in hand. Oh wait, no, I can, yeah, because I'm flipping down. Yeah, I flip down, do the ability, pay 2 for Heroic Intuition. End the turn. Go through the deck. So we're going to be 9 away from the threshold on She-Hulk's first scheme. So should easily survive 2 schemes, could even survive 3 schemes. Two threat on the main scheme. She-Hulk schemes. 1 plus a boost of give the activating enemy a tough status card. But the scheme itself is only for 1. 2 encounter cards for a total of 3. Songbird, when revealed, we're confused. Focused Rage. We'll put 1 threat on the main scheme. Very scary. Master Plan will load up Skrull Business. So maybe that won't get cleared. But all in all, not too bad. Let's draw up a shape. Let's do, I don't know, let's do Hulk shape. Small chance I want to clear this Songbird by attacking it. Wish I had turned the tide here. Flip, exhaust to remove confusion. Take a damage from She-Hulk. Also, no. I really shouldn't leave Songbird in play. I was going to say it might be okay because she only attacks for 1. But she would scheme instead of attacking. I'm really not doing too much here, am I? Okay, this deck, this is such a bad idea. So many just dead hands. Maybe we'll draw something. Overwatch the main scheme. Pay 2 for running interference. 5 threat off the main scheme. Pop Overwatch, 5 threat off, Scroll Business. Imitation Shape to draw. Well, kind of a waste of my, I don't know. Chance encounter here. Wiccan thwarts it for 2. Shield Operator thwarts it for 2. We'll get Wiccan back to hand immediately from chance encounter. Draw from Skilled Investigator. Oh, can get a little saucy. Do I have the resources to do all this? Pay these 2 for Hulk Shape. These 2 for Wiccan. These 2 back to Imitation Shape. Well, getting back to Imitation Shape doesn't do me anything, but that at least continues the game plan. Or what am I talking about? What am I talking about? I can just Wiccan for Shapeshifter Strike. Probably just play that to kill Songbird. Alright. Alien Physiology for Wiccan. Get a Shapeshifter Strike. In my head, it's always like, I know I'm just drawing a double resource when I play a Wiccan because of the Shapeshifter event. But it can get the other stuff too. Pay 2 for Shapeshifter Strike on Songbird. Ready the Imitation Shape, exhaust it to draw. Pay 1. Oh, wait, what? I can just clear it. Pay 1 for Specialized Training. Wiccan thwarts it for 2. Impersonation it for 4. So we'll clear that, and they're across the room, so I need to go get them. All right, what do we like here? I mean, the thwart one is, you know, was honestly thinking about the attack one as well, because we do need to close out the game at some point. But like, we're just going to be thwarting so much, right? Let's just not get too cute with it. Let's get Surveillance Specialist. I guess I could have also saved that to clear next turn when I get a Skilled Investigator draw. But whatever. Oh, I could Impersonation flip down again. Yeah. So when I clear it with Impersonation, I'll flip down again. One threat step 1, She-Hulk schemes for 2, boost of 3 for 5. Discard Focused Rage. 2 encounter cards. Jack-O-Lantern, when revealed, Discard the top 3 cards of your deck, 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card type discarded this way. Event and upgrade, that's 2. Mad Jack's platform attached to a minion of the enemy team's choice. Only one option there. Gets +4 hit points and gains stalwart. So 7 threat Jack-o'-lantern. And not access to much damage here. Although I can do the flip to Hulk shape, then flip back to imitation shape thing if I want. Which I certainly want. Let's go get the Hulk shape. Flip. Take a damage. Getting fairly low. Might have to recover one of these times. Thwart the main scheme for 5. Draw a card. So I think I go to winged shape first. Pay 2 for winged shape. Ready. Attack for 2. Jack-o'-lantern. Yep. Pay 2 for Hulk shape. Ready. Attack Jack-o'-lantern for 3. Shapeshifter to get back imitation shape. Exhaust Hulk shape to deal 2 damage to Jack-o'-lantern, taking out. Two to get back to imitation shape. Ready. Overwatch the main scheme. Pay 1 for Altman Residence. Thwart for 3. Yeah, I still think I thwarted as much as I can. That'll end the turn. Feeling pretty good now. I mean, I've got all my... Do I have literally every setup card out now? Let's see if we can start pushing some damage. 1 threat step 1. She-Hulk schemes 1 plus 2 is 3. Up to 4. 2 encounter cards. Taskmaster's Shield. When attached character would take any amount of damage, reduce it by 1. Makes it pretty inconvenient to knock the tough off. Advance for 2 plus a boost of 1 is 3. Up to 7. But it's just spend resources to discard. It's not like a lot of the Civil War cards are we have to attack in order to discard it. So we'll do mental and physical to discard the shield. Wiccan thwarts the main scheme for 2. Down to 5. Hulkling thwarts the main scheme for 5. Down to 0. Draw off Surveillance Specialist. Turn the tide, the tough. Imitation Shape to draw. Still in the window. Turn the Tide, number 2. Down to 10. Alien Physiology. Shapeshifter Strike, 5 damage. Ready, draw. I think I just want to advance. I mean, oh, and I get, I started up this turn, right? Yeah, because I remember playing this in hero form and I couldn't use it. So this is great, this is great. Pay 2 for Shapeshifter Strike. Advance to stage 4. Deal an encounter card. Flip down. Altman Residence. Reshuffle in a Shapeshifter Strike. Ability to grab Hulk Shape, spend it for counterintelligence. I'm not going to shuffle because I'm going to draw it no matter what. End the turn. Well, I guess it is a 4 encounter card turn, but I have maximum possible clearance on the main scheme. Because with counterintelligence here we've got essentially a threshold of 16. Now she does have 2 scheme. Small deck now with 4 of the side schemes gone. Bunch of stuff out. One threat, step 1. She-Hulk schemes 2 plus a boost of 2. That's going to be 4. Basically not going to pop counterintelligence unless it would lose me the game. Counter argument to that is that might force us to pop it when we would only put 1 or 2 on. And I don't want my thwarting in hand to go to waste if possible, so I'm going to wait for now still. So the scheme happens, puts 4 threat on, 4 encounter cards. Our obligation, we may flip to alter ego form, either exhaust or discard a shapeshift upgrade. I'll just exhaust it. Well, exhaust is worth a draw. This is worth, 3 ER to replay. I'll exhaust. Remove this from the game. Assault Surges. You're coming with me. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different resource icon on the discarded cards. That's going to be 3. Up to 8. Maybe I prevent this one. I'm gonna counterintelligence that one. Just to make it go to use. I've got plenty to thwart this turn. Deadly Duo. Superhuman Strength number 2. Irrelevant. Let's start by drawing a shape. We'll do Altman Residence. I don't love... Well, we'll heal 2, which is worth it. I'll shuffle a Reimpersonation back in. Oh, I can't running interference because of the crisis. But I've got Wiccan, and I can just go grab Impersonation again. I shouldn't have shuffled that much. Flip up, take a damage, down to 9. Yeah, it would be... because I would get a ready if I play another form, which would let me draw and clear this possibly myself. I don't know. Totally fine with this, though. Alien Physiology for Wiccan. Let's go get Impersonation. Got some draws too, so if I draw the 0 cost card, that would be good. Pay 2 to Impersonation Deadly Duo. I'm not going to let it flip me. Discard 8 cards. Imitation Shape draws, and Skilled Investigator draws. Pay 2 for Shapeshifter Strike, 5 damage. I wonder if I could have won this turn. Maybe. I got the Hulk shape, Shapeshifter Strike. That's a lot of damage. No, probably not win. I don't know. Ready the Imitation Shape and draw. Okay, Impersonation does let me flip back down again, which is generally good. So, yeah, this is nice. So we'll pay 2 for Hulk Shape. Ready. Attack for 3. Wiccan Thwarts for 2. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I was maybe gonna thwart to draw. It's whatever. Hopefully getting the Hulk shape out here might set me up to just win next turn. I kind of did that in a weird way. I don't know if it really matters. 2 for Impersonation. Finish the main scheme, flip down. I don't get to use Hulk shape, unfortunately. End the turn. Even if I draw like a single, or no, I think I discarded over my second Shapeshifter Strike. Just kidding, there it is. So even that alone, that's like 7 damage. Don't know if I have the lethal, but still feeling good. 1 threat, step 1. She-Hulk schemes, 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 encounter cards, Ground Stomp. No, I definitely probably can't win. Exhaust each character. Atlas, stun your leader. Oh. And no good way to get rid of that. Well, stun us, otherwise you are stunned. Yep. So, well, I guess we'll be fine. Draw the Imitation Shape. Altman Residence. Heal 2. Shuffle a Shapeshifter Strike into the final 3 cards. Flip. Is there an event I can play just to use the Hulk shape before I flip to Imitation? Oh, I guess I just... Oh yeah, I just thwart the main scheme with Running Interference. Pay 1, 2, Running Interference, 5 threat off the main scheme. Hulk shape, 2 damage to Atlas. Oh, I don't know if I should just be hitting She-Hulk at this point. He's gonna scheme for 1. Gotta just hit She-Hulk, right? Let's hit She-Hulk for 2. Turn the Tide to remove my stun. No, this was not correct. Okay, I'm completely failing to play this at its full potential here. Pay 2 for Imitation Shape. Ready. I should have just left it to thwart myself. Now I don't have resources to play Shapeshifter Strike. Oh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. How much should I let myself rewind? I think I've drawn cards though. I'm not gonna rewind. Oh, I messed that up, sorry guys. But we'll attack for 1. Discard Overwatch, keep the Shapeshifter Strike in hand. Got double Shapeshifter Strike next turn, so hopefully that gets the job done. I guess technically it's not enough damage, but I need a little bit of damage from anywhere else. Encounter card for going through the deck. Well, I've got one way or another to get some draws. Hopefully that draws me into another form card, which would give me a ready and enough damage for the win. 1 threat, step 1. She-Hulk schemes, 2 + 1 is 3. Atlas schemes for 1. 2 encounter cards for 3. Exhaustion. Only takes away 1 damage, honestly, so might be okay. Surges into advance. Let's get Delta as a boost. We reshuffle. 2 plus reveal this card. So that will make it a scheme for 3. And then it'll get discarded right away. Caught off guard. Probably Overwatch. Or I'll just say Overwatch. Wait till I'm done shuffling. Taskmaster's Sword. All right. And I shouldn't shuffle too much because I'm probably going to draw with one way or another. Discard that Overwatch, like I said. yeah, we'll just one way or another get something that doesn't matter. Actually, this one's probably the mildest. I'll shuffle if it matters, but we're drawing 3 cards from there, a 4th from Meditation Shape. Okay, and we're totally fine. Shapeshifter, we'll go get Hulk Shape. Pay 2 for Hulk Shape. Ready, attack for 3. Shapeshifter Strike, 7 damage. Shapeshifter Strike for the win. All right, well, a weird game. Not my best deck certainly, and not my best play of that deck. Of course, having to break, I mean, all my usual heuristics around playing allies, you know, just out the window here in this scenario. Because She-Hulk never attacked, which, you know, was the plan. So kind of an interesting thing to do. I'm glad I tried it once. Not sure I'll really be trying it again. Maybe this is like a multiplayer deck where you don't have to worry about being out of threat on the main scheme, so you're always doing stuff to contribute to the game plan. I like the running interference. I mean, it does remove a lot of threat on the main scheme only, though. And yeah, definitely my fewest ally game on the channel, so that's a nice little tidbit there. All right, such a weird game. She-Hulk is yeah, I didn't really play She-Hulk the normal way. I think my overall take, just with all the Civil War scenarios, there's just not enough like She-Hulk cards to really make She-Hulk feel like the leader of the scenario. What am I trying to say? Like, with 4 modular sets, that's 20 modular set cards, 10 standard expert cards, obligation. That's 31 cards. And then She-Hulk adds like 8 of her own cards, because 4 are among the leaders. I guess 10. But I mean, that's only a quarter of the deck. I don't know how that compares to the usual scenario. I guess the usual scenario is maybe closer to a third. Maybe it's not that much different. So, I don't know. She's about the same. I mean, I think they accomplished what they wanted to with the leaders, because they're all a little bit vanilla, so that they're all pretty well balanced with each other. But, right, not the most interesting scenarios in the game, so not ones that I think I'll replay too much after doing this wave. But the modular sets, absolutely. I love having more modular sets. And especially now with Synthezoid Smackdown, you can make better combo. Like, you can make you can add all 3 of the Thunderbolt containing modular sets to one scenario and have a little bit of a theme there. You can add the 3 Atlanteans, you know, flavored modular sets to a scenario and have a little theme there. So I really like those. But yeah, that is going to wrap up my Heroic Challenge wave of the Civil War scenarios, which means the final stretch is upon us. Galaxy's Most Wanted contains the hardest scenario in the game, and then 2 of probably the next, 5 hardest scenarios in the game. So very excited for that one. We'll see if we can get it done, and I've saved some of the heavy hitters for those matchups, so should have some good strong against strong games coming up. So hope you'll join me for that. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you next time.